Hey friends, my name is Jennifer and I am Jenofeve Designs. Today we're going to do some page construction. So we are working in the Magical Winter Simply Magical mini album. We are doing the portrait version and we are using the Simply Magical portrait in ornament and a Simply Magical enhancement pack in ornament background design, and we are also using the winter ornament background design and paper collection for this album. So this is kind of like a winter album or a Christmas album, however you want to look at it. You can make it into a Christmas or make it into just a themed winter album. I did use ornaments on the cover, my watercolor ornaments that are part of this paper collection. It's all part of the embellishment pack. And I have a collections list specifically for this project, so it has everything out of my Etsy shop that I am using in this project in that list. Oh, I can't link it up here, but it'll be down. It'll be linked in the description box, and it'll be in the first pinned comment. And there's also a playlist for this album from beginning to end, and it starts with a introduction to the set of templates and construction of this workbook, and so on and so forth. But when you see the cover video where we made these covers, that's where you start making sure that you leave a comment so that you're entered in to win the giveaway. There'll be 2 winners at the end of this project, and it's the paper collections that I have 2 sets of from a long time ago. That's also that footage is also in the playlist somewhere. And you just have to be a subscriber to my channel. You have to be 18 years or older, and you need to leave a comment and give me a like if you enjoy the videos. And I will pick 2 random videos out of this playlist at the end of the series, and then from those videos I will pick a random YouTube comment comment, and those people will win the it's a lot. It's a Prima, I forget what it's called now, and I've already put it up, or I would show you again, but it's in the playlist. So anyway, did I already say I'll link that up here? Alright, now last video we did the real quick little binding, real quick. It took me 20 minutes to tell you guys how to make this little binding piece. But we added the 2 fins. This is the accordion binding that's included in the set of templates. And in today's video, we're going to construct some of the pages. So I've already got everything prepped. Well, almost everything. I haven't planned out every single thing, but we're going to put like some of the guts of the page construction together. Okay. All right. Hopefully I'm not too confusing. All right. So I've got everything printed off already, and I think I've got everything cut and ready to go as well. So out of the set of templates, the first thing I did was I printed 2 of page P7. This is the main base page for this album, and I cut it out like this. So it doesn't matter because they're both plain. It's just plain. This is on 80-pound white cardstock. I have it linked in my Amazon list for this project. It's linked in the description box. I also have it pinned in my first comment. So basically I printed it off twice, and each time I cut 3 fins off. So I left 1 long fin on each one, and I inked both sides, and I taped one side with what's this, 3/8 inch, what is it, 3/8 inch 3/8 inch score tape. So I've got both of those ready to go. I inked them, I scored them, and I taped them. Those are both ready to go. And then page P9. Okay, this one's a little bit more complicated. I printed 2 of page P9 off as well. And I printed both of them with the ornament background design. So for one of the pages, let me see which one I got here. For one of the pages, since this is a direction, this matters. Again, this is on 80-pound white cardstock. For this part here, I left the long left-hand side tab on, and I cut away the 3 other tabs. And then for these 2 pieces, these 2 pockets here, I cut them out, I scored them, and I put tape on the tabs on the plain side. So here is the printed background, but on the plain side I put tape, and the corners do not overlap, so that way we're not adding any bulk to this album so far. And then what I did was I did go ahead and label them so I wouldn't get confused, because I have two pages. So on the plain side of these, which again I have inked as well, I put L1 and L2. That way I know this is going on the left hand side, and you'll see in a minute why this matters. And this is the top and the bottom. Okay, so this one, I mean, this part, this only, I'm trying to think of why this matters. I'm trying to figure out the best way to explain it to you. Let me just show you the next one. So the second page that I printed off, same thing with these two pockets. Right, it looks like that. I did the exact same thing. I cut them out and I put tape on the plain side, and I cut the corners where they don't overlap. And this one says R2 and R1. So this is going on the right hand side, so this is going to be the top and this is going to be the bottom. So we're kind of doing like a mirror thing. Okay, so for this piece, instead of leaving the left hand tab, I removed the left hand tab and I left the right hand tab, the long right hand tab, and I removed the other three. So that this one, the tab is on the right, and this one, the tab is on the left. Okay, so we're gonna stop there and we're gonna put these together really quick. Okay, so page P9. So I've got it like this. So one of them has the left-hand tab, one of them has the right-hand tab. Now what I want you to do is I want you to switch sides so that the two tabs are side by side there, okay? So the ones that I have marked with the right one and right two, we are going to put these pockets onto this right-hand side just like this. Okay, just like that. So we're going to do that to both of these. So these left-hand ones, they're going to go just like this. Okay, so the reason I printed the ornament background design is because I didn't want to have to mat this, and since these are two separate pockets, it's just easier. You can still mat the inside of the pocket if you want to, but that way it just saves you a little bit of bulk and you have it all in one, and the inside of that pocket is matted. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the tape backing off of the bottom pocket here, and I'm just gonna do the long tab, because I'm going to put some tape on there. Here, I'll show you in just a second. Now this is where the glue question that I had from the last video, this is where if you want to, you can add liquid glue to this, and that way once it dries it's permanent, okay? I'm not going to, but you always can. And then if it does, let's say you don't put liquid glue there and it does pull up, you can always go back and squirt a little liquid glue under there and make sure that it stays stuck. But if you are giving this as a gift, I would double do it. I would go ahead and do liquid glue, just that way you don't have to worry about it. Or you're selling it, I would go ahead and add the liquid glue. Just a rule of thumb. Okay, so I'm trying to get this on here. Okay, oh, see, I came up too far. I didn't want to do that. I was trying to actually come down a little bit. I guess, I don't know what happened. So this one's probably going to stick up. Oh, no, it's not too bad. Okay. So what I want to do, I'm going to do this with all of these pockets, all 4 of these little pockets. I'm going to stick that down first, and then I'm going to come back with a piece of just regular tape and scotch that down, and burnish that down so that the inserts will glide right over top of that. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to take these pieces off of the sides. Whoops, I grabbed my wrong thingy. This is my my old picker. But my new picker, it's not that new. I've had it for a while. Is that one. Okay. So I'm going to stick that down and then burnish. Okay, so I'm going to do that to all of these pockets. Oh, I guess I should have pointed out too that I'm going to butt these right up next to each other. Okay, so now we have those two. So these are actually going to go, actually let's do it now. On the first fin, so since this is a direction, you need to make sure that you've got the first fin. So this one is going to go on the back side of this fin, like this, and this one is going to go on the front side. So again, this would be one of those places where you would add, well, let me show you. I'll just go ahead and do it. You will add liquid glue if you want to make sure that this is never coming up, right? But I'm not going to do this to everything because, oops. It's a little messier, especially when it comes to filming, and I'm not giving it as a gift. So, all right. So I'm just going to sit this on the back side of this fin here, like this. I'm going to flip it over. Oh, shoot. I didn't ink that. Did I ink this one? Nope. Well, doggone it. All right, so what I didn't do, what I'm shooting about, is I didn't ink my tab. And it might not be, oh, it's not going to matter. I know why I didn't ink it. It's not going to matter. I'm going to be putting something over top of it. That's why I didn't ink it. Okay. I will ink the top and bottoms, though, real quick. Alright, so we got that one in, and you noticed I burnished. So then we're going to put this one on the front side of this. And let's see, I think I'm just going to actually, you just do however you're most comfortable with, but I'm going to stick it on this way. You don't want to go, you don't want your score from this page to go past the top of the fin. So you don't want it to be behind, like on this side of the top of this fin. You want it to be sticking up just slightly from the fin. Okay, so we're going to burnish that down. So now we've got this and this attached to that first fin. Okay, so we've got 4 pockets attached here. Okay. Okay, so we got these two. We just added 4 pockets. I need to burnish this down a little bit better. Always burnish, burnish, burnish. I sound so funny when I say that. Also, I think my entire family, grandkids included, have had the cold, have a cold flu-like type thing going on. I think it's the cold, and I'm pretty sure they gave it to me. I'm doing better. I just sound terrible. I feel okay. I just sound terrible. Okay, so we got that. So I do want to ink these little bits here at the top and the bottom, just because they'll probably be seen. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is these 2 pages, the P7s that we printed, they are going to go on top of that on both sides. So, yep, there's already tape on there, and I am going to ink this edge up really quick. Just so it doesn't stand out too much. So when you cut these out, I don't know if I explained this, when you cut these out, you want to make sure that the tab that you leave is not bigger than the tab on, or than the fin itself. You want it to be the same size or smaller than this. If it's too big, it'll just look awkward. So you want it to kind of make sure, before you glue it down, you want to make sure that you lay it on here and make sure that it is going to fit, because you don't want it to go past where the movement part is, where the fin moves. You don't want it to get into that. You don't want to obstruct that movement. So mine is fine. Again, if you wanted to add glue to this tab, now would be the time to do that. And that way you guarantee it's not going to go anywhere. But I'm not going to. Alright, so I'm going to lay this on here. I'm going to be careful not to go under where that where the top of this is, where the oh, what am I trying to say? You kind of either want it to be even, you want them to have the same score bend, or you want it to go up just slightly higher. Either one is better than it being under, because then that will inhibit it from moving freely. Okay, so we got that, and then we've got this, and then we're going to add one to the back side, just like this. Same thing, let's check to make sure that it fits. And it doesn't have to be 100% perfect, because we always come back and mat them later. So it's totally fine if they're not 100% perfect. And you move your book however you feel comfortable in matching these up. I have to kind of hold it out there for you guys so that the camera can see. But if I really was just working by myself, I would have my face all up in there, and I would be making sure that everything was exactly where it needed to be. Alright, so then you want to make sure you burnish. Put that, burnish. It wouldn't even hurt to do a little bit of this. Flip, burnish, flip, burnish. So now we have a page, a full page. We got a little half page. We got 4 pockets. We got a little half page, and then we got a full page. Alright, so I have prepped one more set of elements that's going to go right here. So let's go ahead and add that on here as well. And then we'll call it done for this video. So let me show you what we're going to need out of the templates. Already got that page. On page P12 and P13, I printed all plain. So we've got this. We've got, I think, no I didn't. I just told you guys a fib. I didn't print all plain. The page P12 is plain. And then page P31 is, I've got the ornament background design printed. I printed the ornament background design page. So this is P13 and P12. P12 is, I'm not going to use this part, but I wanted to show you that this is on this page. We've got P12. And then here's the pocket, right? So I scored, put tape on all 3 tabs, and then I cut it to where it will not overlap, right? So I inked it up, and it looks like this. So we're going to sit this piece aside because we're not going to use this piece. And then on page P13, since I printed a background design, a directional background design, the ornaments are, this is the top, and the ornaments are hanging down this way. I left the tab on this little pocket right here. I left the tab that's going to be on the top. So in this case, it's the right-hand side tab. All of the other 3 tabs I removed. So it looks like this. and I scored it and I inked it on both sides, and I put tape on the plain side of the tab. Okay, so this is going to be a flip down pocket. You guys know I love to do flip down pockets. And then here's the other part of P13. We're not going to use that right now. We could use it as an insert, and we might, but we're not going to use it right now. I guess I could. Let me go ahead and cut it out, just because I might go ahead and stick it in there as an insert. So I'm just grabbing my, this is a Fiskars Precision Paper Trimmer. I have it linked in the Amazon list for this project. I can't get the whole thing under my, I just cut that crooked. I can't get the whole thing under my, what's this thing called, tripod very well most of the time. It's kind of big, but it does the job. So this is P13. I need to write this on the back side so I don't forget. Even though I create these templates by hand, and I create the guidebooks and all of that, I still, you know, I've got so many templates, I still get confused on pages, and I have to look and check and see, and that's why the workbooks are so handy, because now I know exactly where the mat for this page is when I go to mat it. And while I'm thinking about it, let me just ink this up real quick. I am using Distress Oxide in Walnut Stain. I don't know if I'd pointed that out. Oh, and I've been getting more questions about my little ink station here. I have a whole set of templates. It's called the Essentials, and it is got the ink stations and the garbage bowls, all different sizes of ink stations. And I have a whole playlist on how to make these, and I will have that linked up there in the cards and down below in the description box in case you want to make your own. So we've got the ones that fit the square ink pads. We've also got the rectangle ones. I put feet on mine just because I think it's super pretty. It's like a little piece of furniture on my workspace. Some people don't care for that, but I happen to enjoy it. Like my garbage bowl, it's pretty. I like it. I like it being pretty. All right, moving on. So I'm going to set this piece aside. This would be the flap. So this would be the flap. It would normally, you know, be an envelope, like policy style envelope flap, but I'm going to set this aside because we're not going to use it in today's video. And what I'm going to do is, okay, there is a piece of tape going all the way across here. I don't know if you can tell, but I ran out of the one brand and had to get the other brand out. So I'm going to attach this pocket down to this flip down page here, just like this. So again, we're going to start with the bottom tab. Did I just move you guys? Did I bump you? And we're going to place that on here. If you wanted to add glue, now is the time you add glue to the tab. Alright, and I'm going to open that back up, and again with a piece of tape. I didn't get a big enough piece. I've also been getting asked about my tape dispenser again. Made this in video. Wasn't this a fun video? How long have you guys been around long enough that you made one of these tape dispensers with me? So much fun. I love it so much. It's so pretty and dimensional, and it's so artsy fartsy. It's the way I like to, that's what I like to call it. I think artsy fartsy is a good thing. Well, anyway, I have a video on this. I will link it up here too if you're interested. I think artsy fartsy is a good thing. How many of you agree with me, right? Okay. Don't forget to leave a comment to enter into the giveaway, you guys. Giveaway is open until the drawing is done, and that means, the only reason I say that is because you might be watching this video a year from now and it's going to be closed by then. But if you're watching it while we're making it, then it's open, because I have to make the drawing. I'll do the drawing at the end of the video series. Okay. So we've got that. So we've got the tab down here with the tape on it, and I am going to angle these just a little bit like this. And then this is going to go at the bottom of this first page here. Let me ink that up really quick. It's going to go right here, and then it'll flip down. And I haven't added any magnets or anything yet. I'm not quite sure where we're going yet, which is typical of me to not quite know exactly where we're going. So we're just going to attach it down. I'm going to take this, whoop, I'm going to take both pieces off because I had to get a new roll. And I'm going to lay this down here. I think I got it on crooked, but that's okay. I'm going to burnish. So I don't know if you can see it now, but now the ornament background design is facing the correct way. So when you flip it down, it looks correct. Okay. All right. So now we've got a pocket that here. Okay. So we could, if we wanted to, let's just go ahead and stick this in here for now. I don't know if we'll leave it in there, but so we can load this up with, we can even put another pocket on here. We can load that up with stuff, and it'll flip down, and we've got all of this space here and all of these space in this pocket. And I haven't thought of anything yet for the back. That's kind of as far as I got plan wise. All right, I think we will just stop here for now. I think that this will give you guys enough homework. Oh, my lines aren't matching up. How did I do that? That is so typical of my scoring. I should pay more attention when I score. I really wanted these two pieces to line up. This little here, but that's okay. We'll pretend like it's lined up. How about that? It's perfect. It is absolutely perfect. Okay. All right, you guys. Be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments so you're entered into the giveaway. Make sure you give me a thumbs up if you enjoy these videos, if you enjoy the construction, the ideas, the different ways of doing things, all of my jibber jabber. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. And check out the description box. There's a lot of things pinned on the first comment. Well, thank you so much for joining me. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.